Before the match against Armenia took place, this man stirred up social media when he pushed a security guard away after the guard tried to take a picture with his idol. Immediately, netizens were divided into two opposing sides. Some argued that his action was justified because the other person had crossed the usual boundaries. Others criticized him for being too aggressive. That man has always been like that. Whether on or off the pitch, he still dominates the spotlight. And last night's match was no exception. At 40 years of age, he still shines, still does extraordinary things that no one else can do. Portugal's opening match of the 2026 World Cup qualifiers took place in Yerevan, Armenia. Fans witnessed a performance that could not have been more perfect from a familiar figure. But before the match began, a touching scene took place. The boy who was led onto the field by the main star burst into tears. His eyes red with tears streaming down his cheeks. And he seemed on the verge of fainting. Perhaps the boy himself never imagined that, once in his life, he would be able to hold hands directly with his idol in the flesh. The match then got underway. Just a few minutes in, João Felix opened the scoring for the European Selecao after a brilliantly sharp combination. A little over 10 minutes later, Pedro Neto sent in a cross into Armenia's penalty area. The captain revealed his killer instinct inside the box with intelligent movement and a simple yet razor-sharp one-touch finish to double the lead for Portugal. Those watching the goal on TV might have thought, "Oh, that looked so easy. If it were me, maybe I could have done the same." But go ask Sterling, Martial, or Lukaku whether scoring a goal like that is really so easy. The hardest thing in life is to master the simplest things. It may sound easy, but to achieve such near-perfect accuracy at the age of 40. He had to go through countless shots blasted over the bar or missed completely. Right after that goal, he ran off and performed his iconic Saiu celebration, just as he had done hundreds of times before. But this Su was more special, as it came right in front of the photo of Diogo Jota, his close teammate in the Portuguese national team, who had tragically passed away in a car accident nearly 2 months ago. Fans fell silent for a moment at that sight. Jota should have been there, alongside his captain, to play in the 2026 World Cup, not remembered in such a heartbreaking way. But that's life, fragile and unpredictable. A day before this match, on the other side of the ocean, his rival Lionel Messi also shone against Venezuela. If Messi had called, then today it was his turn to respond. That familiar phrase has been repeated for more than a decade, and yet we never seem to grow tired of it. Do we? Of course not, because these two veterans are extraordinary legends. Born to play football and to dedicate the purest essence of the sport for us ordinary mortals to admire. If Messi scored twice against Venezuela, then this man did the very same. Just 2 minutes into the second half, the stadium erupted once again with a moment that felt like a revival of the golden days. From a distance of 25 meters, his thunderous strike tore through Armenia's net. Goalkeeper Avagian, despite stretching to his fullest and even getting a hand on the ball, still couldn't prevent the home side from conceding. That was the 140th goal in 22 international appearances for the 40-year-old man. A figure that sets an untouchable record, one that no one will likely reach for a very long time. Why do we say that strike brought back memories of his golden years? Because that moment evoked the familiar image of a star who once made all of Europe tremble. From the run-up, the cold, piercing eyes, to the confident swing of his leg, everything seemed to replay the years when he dominated the stages of the Champions League, La Liga, Serie A and the Premier League. Who would have thought that at the age of 40, he could still do this? When a pair of legs have endured over 1,000 matches, and a body carries the scars and fatigue that time leaves behind, most would slow down and pass the stage to the next generation. But with him, the ball still explodes at his feet, and the goalkeepers still tremble before every strike. This proves not only his remarkable ability to maintain peak physical condition but also an unyielding spirit. A burning desire never subdued by age. What's even more remarkable is that he has scored in 23 consecutive seasons for his national team. An endurance that defies time. The brace in that 5-0 victory also marked the 942nd goal of his career. The mythical 1,000 goal milestone is now only 58 strikes away. And if he maintains this form, that number will be conquered soon, just like 900 and 800 before it. When looking at the record of 10 goals in his last 10 crucial official matches, one truly realizes that the concept of age seems to hold little meaning for him. While the football world has long regarded 40 as the twilight of a career, he has turned it into a testament to rare endurance and consistency. The difference lies in the way he chooses to rest. At the age of 20, he was a whirlwind down the wing, using his speed and rapid step-overs to get past any defender. At 40, his style has long since changed, less about bursts of speed, but instead positioning himself with astonishing precision. He has become a predator in the penalty box, needing only the slightest lapse to deliver the decisive blow. And sometimes, like with that long-range strike against Armenia, the glorious past is revived in an instant, reminding fans that time has not taken away that killer instinct. That is extraordinary consistency, a blend of experience, smart adaptation, and an unyielding will. In the same round of matches, European football painted a striking contrast as Portugal soared on the dazzling performances of their 40-year-old captain. Meanwhile, England, despite a 2-0 win over Andorra, left behind many sighs. Harry Kane, the greatest goalscorer in the history of the Three Lions, was powerless against the opposing defense, missing chances even with the goal wide open in front of him. Meanwhile, the veteran from the Iberian Peninsula kept finding the net regularly, maintaining his scoring touch as if it were a habit. The difference lies not only in the goals but also in desire and character. On one side stands a 40-year-old who still burns with the fighting spirit, treating every match as an opportunity to add to his legacy. On the other side is a youthful team that sometimes lacks composure and determination in decisive moments. It is precisely this contrast that highlights the image of a seasoned warrior, one who continues to lead an entire generation through his own extraordinary feats. Over the years, his collection of trophies has reached a level admired by any player: 5 Champions League titles, the Euro 2016 crown, and 2 Nations League trophies. Yet within that glittering journey remains an unfilled void: the World Cup. The greatest companion he has pursued for more than 2 decades. His greatest rival already touched that dream in Qatar 2022. The sight of his eternal adversary lifting the World Cup was both a pressure and a burning motivation. Without this ultimate challenge, the story of his career would forever feel like a symphony left unfinished. Now, both geniuses march toward their 6th World Cup, an unprecedented milestone in football history. And the final parallel journey of 2 names who have defined the entire world of football. Portugal no longer relies solely on his legs. A new golden generation has been rising, with João Felix gradually rediscovering his form. Vitinha, Nuno Mendes, João Neves, and Pedro Neto are all at their peak. Together they form a solid core, promising enough strength to compete with any powerhouse. Within this team, his role is not limited to scoring goals. It is also about guidance, about the experience gained from more than 2 decades of battles. It is about being the flame that inspires the younger generation. For when they see a 40-year-old icon still standing strong on the pitch, they understand the meaning of responsibility and the burning desire to reach the top. A year later, at 41, he remains an extraordinary source of inspiration, no longer playing just to score goals, but to prove the power of will, perseverance, and passion. That story goes beyond the boundaries of sport, becoming a life lesson that age is just a number, while ambition determines how far you can go. And like a book whose final page has yet to be written, the whole world will continue to follow the incredible journey of a living legend.